Oi, welcome back. Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
It proves that she hurt herself. And she got the dude's blood on her shoe. Doesn't prove that she did it. What? There was blood found on that shoe. There was blood on the shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Okay.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
You did an awful job at that.
And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
3 boyfriends in forensics. My God, she's just a prostitute at this point.
What?
Yeah, I said it.
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Fuck, is that right, Mr. Wright?
Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah.
I said so.
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth.
They did approve it.
Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Wright. Fuck, Mr. Edgeworth. No, who are these characters? Is that right, Mr. Wright?
Seems so. Edgeworth is not celebrating anymore.
You can at least study some evidence law, really. Fucking give me my heroin. Really? Come on.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it's time to boogie! It appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Victim's shoe, a white enamel shoe. Bear traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Let's take a look at the fucking shoe.
Lana Rose.
Boo-boo.
Why is it on the bottom of her foot?
Ah! There's blood here too. Well, this is a Goodman shoe, but still.
Oh, it's Goodman. It's Googly Bear's shoe.
Yeah.
It's Mike Wazowski's shoe. I hate the fact that I said Googly Bear. That's the thing that popped in my brain. On the sole of the shoe, it's gotta be the the victims.
Just shove this up your ass, dude.
I told you to go slow!
Oh, God.
You never respect my wishes.
Alright, we're good.
He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood. It's horrible.
Unless the blood on the bottom of his shoe is her blood.
What's wrong with the blood on the bottom of the shoe? At the bottom of the well. At the bottom of the sea.
I mean, he was stabbed in the stomach. It means he would have had to walk in the blood.
Okay, what's wrong with him? Why couldn't he just walk in the blood?
Because I'm fairly certain he died instantly. And he didn't die instantly. I don't think it says that. I think it says he bled out. The blood might be an important clue. Thank you, DS Graphics.
Yeah.
See you later.
Okay, so yeah, what's the problem with the no blood?
But there's only... Why is it all over? It's like on top of her. It's up here. And not on the floor. There's no blood on the ground.
Okay.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Just look at her. There's no blood on the ground.
There's a flea on the fly, on the frog, on the fish in the bottom of the sea. Is that what it is? I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene.
It's a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results.
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh! We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulated evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
You have no book.
Metaphorical.
This when the suspect is admitting she did it. I'm surprised Edward didn't start with the fact that she admitted to it. Normally when this stuff happens, they're like, let's just move on. They admitted.
I think Edgeworth knows full hand that if the defendant confesses that they did the crime, that doesn't mean that they did it. So in the last case...
But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. You know I hate it. Let's just get this over with.
And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up?
Just the everybody's against her now. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime.
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen.
I did more than that. I stole a lot of stuff from that crime scene.
See this fashionable basket I have? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
Knives, guns. Wait, no guns.
Gotta go.
And grenades.
That's fine.
I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag. Really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. I had my sheriff boyfriend help me hide the evidence.
You know what I'm doing? I'm fixing the light.
Ah!
There you go. 2 tons of blood were found on the shoe.
That's why my eyes were so good on the screen. Because there wasn't a light shining in them. So you brought it up to the forensic department.
If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert.
And 3 of them are my boyfriends, so I was okay with getting analyzed. She got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all.
And the blood belonged to the victim, Detective Good.
As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe.
Been eating too much of your lunchboxes, I see.
And the other type matched that of the defendant's lot of sky. Beep, beep.
You can't say for sure the blood belonged to defendant with a blood test.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie.
Huh?
Well, speak up.
Blood comes in 4 types: A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's not the issue here. I don't think anybody cares. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types of all the blood tests we are out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one guy, one person. Oh, sorry, here.
That's pretty specific.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they say there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Slaughter's guys. Poo.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was going to say that.
Boo! Take that, right? The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
You're not flawless, decisive. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right?
What in the haggis did I just look at?
Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like a client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright! You or do you not have a problem with this shoe?
Do or do not. There is no try! Yoda! A problem. This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There's a problem. I'm not imagining things. I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I give you a peppered fish guts now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
It looks disgusting. Put that away.
Make the courtroom smell.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Using my DS. I noticed something. I wonder if you noticed there's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
At the bottom of the sea. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
You can't make threats like that in this courtroom. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of a shoe?
Because in the photo, there's no blood on the ground.
Ground.
Ground? I figured it sounded a little bit like a meow. Thought that might work. The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
The footprint! Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe...
footprint?
Shut up! ...is covered in blood. And isn't it strange? Why weren't any blood footprints found by the scene of the crime? Somebody just punched him in the stomach. As you can see, some traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Objection! I was at the crime scene. There were none. Then where are they, Mr. Reggie? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. You checked the scene? But how? Gumshoe.
But he's not on the case.
Ah! Order! 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 Well, witness!
What? Quit going, Mr. Red! It's true that the lack of footprints is a contradiction, but then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh, shit! That's true! Shut your mouth, Emma. Just shut your mouth! You're putting me in more hot water!
We're trying to find the truth!
I'm just trying to make her innocent. I don't care about all what happened. It's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright. Think!
What if he was stabbed at police headquarters and they put him in Edgeworth's car?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then Edgeworth drove to the prosecutor's office.
So like doing the ceremony or whatever.
Yeah, during the ceremony, he got stabbed. They put him in the car.
Okay, alright.
Edgeworth drove the car back to the prosecutor's office.
Mm.
Somehow, Lana was alerted to it.
Yeah.
Went out there, opened it, saw him.
Okay.
And he might have tried to get out. But I'd assume there would be blood on the floor if he tried to get out.
Yeah.
I would. It's an iffy theory, but the theory is there.
Yeah, okay.
My theory is he got stabbed somewhere else and got moved there.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, because that's kind of what they're trying to point to. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
Oh God, he does that. No.
I see. Now I get it.
It's only a matter of time before he goes tisk, tisk, tisk. Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. They were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There was one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked out my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Wow.
What if she knocked over the oil drum in shock of seeing the body?
I thought that it was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason!
Is he going to say that she used it to wash the fucking blood away? Where would it go?
Away? Down the drain?
There's no drain in that area!
I suppose, fuck it, if it gets, we have a tsunami, I guess that place is fucked.
You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
Then why weren't they washed off the shoe?
Because the shoe was not on the floor.
Did she walk over to the dead body and take the shoe off of him? Is that what happened? Where was the shoe at?
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence.
That reminds me. This guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please!
I got it. He hid in Edgeworth's car.
My
and he popped out when she opened it. And he tried to stab her!
Oh!
What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime. She tried to conceal it.
But...
No buts.
Enough. There was no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
Angel Starr is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. Game over.
Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Starr, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying that my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this! Ba-bing!
So it wasn't.
Ba-ba-dee-bee!
It wasn't.
But on the elevated thing, but it's not on the water.
Why is the knife in his chest? He said stomach!
It's in the chest!
That means that Lana was lying!
Oh, boo-hoo. He's guilty.
Wait, the tailpipe. The muffler!
Oh!
A photograph.
I just had it in case anyone had the gall to suggest.
I assume that's what she actually meant when she said muffler on the phone. That's what
She was talking about the muffler
She
of
was
the
talking
car.
about the actual car muffler.
That the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet.
Eat asphalt. Asphalt eaters.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
No, you couldn't from the start. It's okay. It's your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. Every time it does something like that, I'm always just like, I'm waiting for him to go, I'm a failure. I've ruined it all. I'm sorry, Mia. I'm sorry, Mia. Wait, hold on a second. Right. Wet or not? Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Son of a bitch, I'm a medium! Get yourself up off that asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. It's probably because she's a medium, so she probably can, just use her own special powers.
Or he's just like, deliberating, what would Mia say? Type of thing.
Don't ruin the cool spookiness.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I hate this game now.
No! Fuck!
Very, very well. This time, I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
The muffler. Your Honor, wait.
What is it with you people?
Hold on, what do you mean, you people?
I can't hand down my verdicts in peace anymore. Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, right? Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, what's in that muffler? Yeah, I'll think of it later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Good job.
Thank you. Guilty.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
His zipper is down.
Damn. Fuck! What an embarrassment!
The problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of the core's muffler.
Wait just a minute, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor?
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of muffler or scarf of any kind in this photo.
The car muffler, Your Honor.
A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe.
I see! And I see! What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car muffler?
So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case?
Evidence.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Evidence, because she said muffler. Sorry, Miss Starr.
On what? I need specific.
On her phone.
Yeah!
But it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony.
What?
I'd laugh if it was like testimony 1, 2, or 3 that you had to pick from. You're gonna sit there and be like, which testimony
Oh, God.
was it that she fucking said?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case.
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court.
Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony.
Yeah, kill her. Yeah, I'll do it again. See?
Muffler. Ah! Yeah!
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? Since you know she had no fucking scarf on. If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. And you failed to do your job as a detective. She just starts throwing food out like fucking frisbees.
Yeah. That was my R2D2 impression.
Well,
It seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
sus?
Sus?
Sus? I find myself wondering about this piece of cloth. This man of the cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. I want to smell it. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all evidence. Agreed.
I suppose so.
Fine. Whew, that was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
You're still hungry.
Yes.
Nope, that's the end of the game. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
But if I shoot Tukumi.
Yep, we're done. Day's not even over.
Nope.
He said suspend it, and he still said, we'll break for lunch and we'll come back.
Yeah, he's having them go look at the car exhaust. Mr. Wright?
What?
Also, we'll pass the bad part. We'll pass the bad part because Angel Story talks for like fucking 20 hours, dude. Like, are trials always like this with you?
Boring? Yes.
Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently, she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant to tell the truth.
Hola, partner.
Son of a bitch! Get out of here!
They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall.
Martial officer.
Thought I'd come take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home range locked to get down tighter than a fort in enemy territory.
That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge.
Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the cheap prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now that just beat all. I've seen the red breeze blow on her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? Oh, at the award ceremony that afternoon, I should have seen it too, I reckon.
What does that mean? Photograph taken at the crime scene. She wasn't wearing a scarf.
So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell.
You're drinking in a courtroom. That's not allowed. I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Woo-wee! Well, we'll continue the trial in
The next episode.
So thank you for watching this episode of H Turning. Make sure to like, subscribe, and the bell. We know it's time to talk about just
every day.
bye-bye.